Hi, Gwen here. So, like I said in the last video, I'm going to be going over Ruby's backstory today. So, Ruby Ametrine Rose was born into a house of heroes. Her parents were both heroes. She was an only child, and she lived with them until she was about 5 or so. When she was 5, a group of villains came in and attacked her house, killing both of her parents. They then decided to kidnap her and raise her as one of their own. She hated them for what they did to her parents, because she remembered every detail. She remembered feeling powerless. She remembered what they did, what they took from her. Her parents were everything to her. She cared very deeply for them. But they stole that away from her, and she hated them deeply for it. So, after they kidnapped her, about 6 months later, they moved to Japan. And that's where she went to school. When she went to school, she was pretty trusting of the people around her, and she gained friends easily. Despite the fact that the villains told her not to. When she was in 8th grade, when her quirk had manifested pretty much completely, and she had gotten pretty good control over it, her friends all started turning against her and blaming her for things she didn't do and getting her into trouble. By the end of her 8th grade year, she had lost all of her friends, and she didn't trust anyone around her. She became something like a sociopath. She didn't feel guilt or remorse for anything or anyone, no matter how bad the situation was. So, the summer of her 8th grade year, the summer after her 8th grade year, she applied to UA, and she got in. She passed all of the tests with flying colors. The night before her first day at UA, she packed her stuff and ran away from the villains. When she got that morning, on her first day at UA, she got put in Class 1C with the General Studies. She made it very clear to the entirety of the class and the teacher that she was a troublemaker, and she didn't want anything to do with anyone there at all. So, news spread across the school pretty quickly, not to mess with the American, as she was known as. So, when she got dorms, her room was at the end of the hallway on the 2nd floor. And she told the person next to her, in the room next to her, she didn't care what they heard from her room. Don't go in there. Don't tell anyone what goes on. Just leave her alone. Don't mess with her. And that's normally what she does with anyone that she meets, and because she doesn't try to get close to anyone. She learned before that only brings heartache, and that doesn't help her. She doesn't have time for that. This has been Ruby Ametrine Rose's backstory. I love you all. You are valid. I don't care what your sexuality is. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you're attracted to. You are valid. You are loved. And if need be, I will adopt you myself. Subscribe if you're new. Become one of us. I love you guys. Have a good day. Or night, wherever you are. And if it's past midnight, go to sleep. You need it. I'm sure you do. Trust me.